Hello everybody and welcome back to another one of those videos where I talk about updates in the Steam version of Dwarf Fortress coming from Toady1 and Kit Fox. Seems like Tarn is up late tonight because he decided to post a blog post on Bay 12 and I'm going to read it and then I'm going to talk about it a little bit, and that's what I'm going to do for this video. So, if you want to skip the part where I read it and have little anecdotes, skip to here. Alright, you sticking around with us? Let's continue. Here is a link to the Steam news from a little over a week ago featuring a post by Zach and some new artwork by Jacob. The main thing that we've accomplished this month is the completion of the world C screen in Fort mode. The information and function is about the same as before, but now it all happens over the world map with some overlays, much like Fort mode itself. Rather than having modes like the civilization list that happen in isolation, the mission, tribute, and spoils reports are also incorporated into the world map view rather than being accessed from the main dwarf screen like they used to be. Zach has been up running raids and kicking out dwarves and requesting them with messengers and so on and so forth. We'll continue to get various weird behaviors and frustrations cleaned up as we go. I've also finished up the name creator, and I'm halfway through the image creator. The name creator is similar to its text-based counterpart, with a new ability to randomize parts of names, almost out of the stage 1 of the roadmap we posted earlier this year. There's still the hauling stuff to do, and lots of little missing submenus. For instance, pressure plate weight selection, but we'll find them all. If you would like to see the video of the roadmap that he's referring to, there's also a link in the description. The stress changes that we've made over the year are also panning out really well. You may have noticed the spread of various happiness levels in some images of Zach's forts. I don't remember if I mentioned this before, but the old immediate happiness levels are somewhat back. But they are linked to the newer long-term stress levels instead of being replaced by them. So dwarves can now be genuinely miserable in the short term without being lost causes. It still takes some years of ongoing misery to make them fall apart, but it's easier to spot and correct now. Only the reddest dwarves can be lost, and mid-level yellow and orange dwarves can still sink to the state of occasional tantrums, but will never go berserk, etc. Unless things get even worse, and we'll keep messing with it. But with the Civil War bugs also fixed, as far as I can tell, ! It does feel like we've turned a corner on this stuff. Alright, so with that part of the video out of the way, if you've just skipped to here, hi, if you missed me at my horrible reading, that's fine. And if you listened to my horrible reading and you didn't skip through it, then you can't complain. I don't know why that works that way, but you just can't. I'm dealing with seasonal allergies if I sound backed up, by the way. But let's talk about this real quick. So the main thing that they've accomplished is the C screen. This is the menu that shows you everything that's going on in your world map while you're in game. So there's the world map, and then there's the C screen world map, the civilization screen world map, which in the current game has like these submenus that just like pop up and fill up the entire screen, as well as the ability to send out raids, as well as send out messengers to bring friends back so that you have more workers. I actually do that a lot in my series called Long Death, where I don't get any migrants because the fort's too old, so I just bring in migrants all the time to replace the dwarves that have died. It's kind of dark, but you know, I don't want to fight with any of the factions that I run into usually because maybe I want to trade with them, and if there was better diplomacy in Dwarf Fortress, I would go to war more often. Don't worry about old bugs in older versions of the game. That's not relevant. So essentially, that screen being done is a really big sign because that was kind of the big bugbear that was left as far as UI work goes. So it sounds kind of like if that's accomplished, they're in the cleanup phase, which means we're getting close to bug testing, which could be exciting. The second part of this, they talk about the stress changes. So in my opinion, currently, the current version you can download off Bay 12, not the or older versions. I know this isn't the most popular opinion, but I find it a little boring. It's really difficult to piss your dwarves off, and them going a little chaotic sometimes is part of the appeal of the game to me. And in the current game, it's a little too easy to avoid. Like I can go like 5-6 years without beds, and they don't actually freak out that much, which is strange. So it's too easy for me to keep the dwarves unhappy and happy at the same time, because keeping them happy is kind of the goal. So this kind of change that he's talking about here is actually really exciting to me, because that means that if they can dip down faster but recover quicker as well, that means that you can have points of turmoil where things get chaotic, but also maybe come back from it, combined with that previous post from a little while ago where they talked about fixing loyalty cascades, where dwarves would like sporadically like murder everybody, and it wasn't good for anybody's health. But it was good for the doctors, who got to learn how to clean up a lot of internal organs that got spilled on the floor. Anyway, that's my face. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you want to see more videos like this, there should be one on Wednesday this week, because that's usually when they post news every other week on Wednesdays. I don't know if they'll get one out this week, but if they do, there will be a video then. Let me know what you think on the stress comments that Tarn's talking about here. I think that they're quite interesting, especially like the idea of them being able to bounce back quickly, because I know some people just kind of talk about how they just get sad and stay sad, which is what we want to avoid. We want them to be able to come back. So I'm curious if they're going to just like dip down into nothing really quickly, or if they're actually going to like hover in the yellow zone before they dip down. I don't know. Or if they'll like bounce back. I think it would be interesting. I want to see this in gameplay. I can't really talk about it too much until I see it. And the completion of the world screen is a great point. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you want to see more videos like it, there's more of Dwarf Fortress on my YouTube channel than you could reasonably watch in a lifetime. And if you would like to support me directly, you can do that through Patreon. You can see my patrons on the screen right now. That's why my face is gone. And now that I'm done here, I have a very important question. Hair up? Or hair down? Thanks for watching.